At the end of this month, you can take advantage of the resources offered at a faith-based addiction recovery event. Alice McCaffrey is here with all the details and why this is a great opportunity for our area. Alice, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. So tell me a little bit about what this event is that's coming up at the end of the month.
So the Northeast Faith-Based Recovery Network is trying to get all churches in our area as part of a Tennessee faith-based network, and we're trying to get churches to understand the part they play in the opioid epidemic. So approximately 55% of Tennesseans identify with a faith-based organization, and only 5% or less have a substance use disorder. So we have an army of people that can help with the hope that people who are suffering from substance use disorder need if we can learn how to connect them.
Right.
And that's what this event is about, trying to teach churches how they can be involved in this.
Yeah.
Because we need everybody to
Right.
overcome this.
Well, and usually, you know, churches or a place of worship, a place of faith is often the first place that people turn to or families turn to when there is a problem, there is an addiction. So this is just a wonderful way to teach these people on how to handle that first interaction and where to go from there, right?
And it's tricky because we also hear from people who have a substance use disorder that when they show up at church, sometimes they feel shamed or stigmatized. So it is the place that can be the most help to recovery, but learning how to talk to people and in a way that welcomes them and doesn't push them away is critical. And we're all learning. Even those of us who have been doing the work for a number of years now, we're always learning how to change our language, how to change our hearts to be more open and welcoming, to give people the relationships that they need to help keep them in their recovery.
Right, and so there are some drug coalitions in our area now, right? So tell me a little bit about what just the drug coalitions do.
So the anti-drug coalitions are trying to bring all of the sectors of the community together to look at all of the substance use issues, and we mostly do prevention. So we know that every different sector, whether it's media, whether it's business, whether it's faith-based, have their own perception of what these problems look like, and they also have their own part in how they can help be part of the solution. So the coalitions are trying to work with those sectors mostly to do prevention, but some of us have, because of the opioid problem, are also getting funded to do some harm reduction work.
And so this event that's happening on the 21st, this is so important because it is open to anyone, everyone that wants to come and make sure that their church knows how to handle these types of problems and these types of people that are coming to them looking for help.
So a church leadership can sign up to come. Any member of any church or faith-based organization can come learn more about it, go back and advocate to be a part. There is a short little process to be part of the network, but the network is mostly to help people figure out how to connect to each other. And so we can connect to them as we have more training opportunities available for the kinds of things they need.
Right, and so all you have to do, it is a free event, and you have to register. That's the only thing,
and
right?
There's dinner provided.
And there's dinner provided, free dinner as well.
Free dinner by the church.
Yes, love that. Alice, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
this
of
is
course.
Great.
So the event is happening on March 21st. If you are interested, or if maybe your church is interested, all you have to do is go online and register. You can call that number if you have any questions as well.